All right, now, I hope y'all ready for this. All right, my next guest, like me, started off in music, and then he transitioned into acting. You might know him as, I don't know, Darnell Hayes from All American. So y'all already know. Being in Mary J. Blige's Lifetime movies. Or my all-time fave, Terry and BMF. Ladies and gentlemen, Da Vinci!
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Let's go!
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey. Da Vinci, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How y'all feeling? Wow, this is a great crowd. It's a beautiful crowd.
Listen, they have the best energy. Thank you so much.
Thanks
It
for
is an
having
honor
me.
to have you amongst the KIPS family, and we're gonna jump right into it, all right? So, you are from Brooklyn, New York,
Yes, ma'am.
and my castmate, DeVal, is also from Brooklyn. I've heard some wild stories. What was it like growing up in Brooklyn for you?
I mean, growing up in... Do we got any Brooklyn in the house? Brooklyn? Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. What up, what up? Nah, the dopest part about growing up in Brooklyn in a fast city like that, and just up north in areas with trains and buses and all that stuff, you grow up fast. Or I wouldn't even say fast. I think you grow up at the rate that you were supposed to grow up at. I think a lot of people are just a little like, they get coddled a little longer, but the way we grew up, it's like we became men like kind of quicker and women like earlier.
That's amazing. So, like me, you started with music and then you transitioned to acting. For me, music, I didn't fall out of love with it, but I didn't like the politics of the music industry. What was it with you that made you decide, hey, I don't want to do this?
It was definitely the politics. Like, it's like growing up, I loved music, right? I was like the Chris Browns, the Trey Songz, the Ushers, like everyone, right? I was like, yo, this is like what I want to be, and all the great rappers, the Hoes, 50. I love 50. I know his verse is better than him. I know 50 songs way better than him. He don't even know it. But nah, like I was really inspired by it. But then when you get there, and it's not a figment of your imagination no more, you're like, nah, like they really want like a certain thing there, and I was just like, all right, I don't know, and I didn't know enough about gospel singers or gospel rappers. You'd be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna take that route. So I was just like, you know what, I'm cool off this. It's like sometimes they just really want some real killers, people that's just killing left and right. And
like, that ain't me.
and it's like, bro, I'm like, bro, like I've done some bad stuff. Like I got arrested when I was 13 and stuff, but I never once thought about killing someone. So I'm like, bro.
What'd you get arrested for, Da Vinci?
It was dealing in stolen property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was stupid. But anyway, but when I realized certain things, I'm like, bro, I can't be preaching this message, bro. Like, it's like I made it out of my situation because I stopped doing certain things. So I'm like, for me to then do this, I'm like, bro, I'm lying, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm gonna have to answer to God, and I can't sleep well at night.
That's so good. I got to watch you twice on Broadway for Thoughts of a Colored Man. Guys, it was such a profound play. It really talked about the thoughts that our black men, what they go through on a day-to-day basis. We laughed, we cried. It was a really good play, and you were amazing in it.
Thank you.
But you also the star of BMF. I want to know, I want to know, what is your favorite, Broadway or TV and film?
Broadway was hard. Broadway was really hard, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was great because it teaches you something that film and TV can't teach you. Film and TV, there's a bunch of cutting, and then there's like, director cut, give you note, throw something new out. You get so many chances to redo it. But in Broadway, once you live and you front of a crowd like this, it's like, bro, I gotta go. And when you make a mistake, it's like, you better hope your partner just like wing it with you. Like there was moments I was just winging it, and everyone's like, "Oh, that was so good." I'm like, "You don't even know. I fucked this up. Like I messed this all up." But it was great. Acting, TV, and film is great because I mean it pays the bills.
Amen.
You know, but Broadway, it's like when you're doing Broadway, it's more of a craft thing. I mean, I don't know what the producers make on it, but as an actor, you it's work. It's work. That shit is work.
It's a love project.
Yeah,
you have to love
facts,
it.
100%. But it was great. I learned so much, and it. Shout out to Keenan Scott.
Yes.
And the writers, the directors, like everyone. Like I learned. I think that was the biggest class for me in my career.
That's amazing. I always hear that actors who really take their craft serious go do Broadway.
Yeah.
They say there's nothing like it. There's no training course like it,
Right.
unless you work on a Tyler Perry set.
Right.
Because we get one take. Tyler shoots like we're on Broadway. I'm like, hey, can I get one more? Then you decided that you wanted to pick up comedy. Now, I tell people all the time that I'm funny. Yeah, exactly. I be like, I'm funny. But I don't know if I had the chops to do stand-up. What made you say, I'm going to give this a shot?
You know, that's a great question. I feel like as an artist, you always want to push yourself. And for me, stand-up is like, it's like going skydiving.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what is going to happen if I go on stage and I just talk shit? Wait, can I? I'm sorry.
Be yourself. This is a safe space.
Oh, yeah.
Be
Yeah,
yourself.
I was like
Be careful
it's
on the
like,
F words, but yeah, you can say it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to fix my language. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Mom, if you watch it. But nah, it's like, I was like, yo, what if it's like the conversation that me and my boys be having, just have it here. And then the thing is, it's like, I've been doing mental health tours as well.
Yes.
So I was like, if I could infuse a little bit of that and making it educational, just a little funny, like what could happen?
Right.
And I was like, even if I got booed, it's like, you're gonna leave with a message. It's like, cause it's not just like stupid little jokes and me making fun of people. It's like, you really listen to it, you're like, oh, nah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. Now, are you planning on doing a tour for your comedy as well?
Yeah, last year I'd hit 10 cities up because we was just like, we didn't make it an official tour. We was just gone. We was like, what can we do? And like, we're selling out here, selling out there. We're like, okay.
Okay, sell out shows.
So yeah. But it's because of like All American or BMF. You know what I'm saying? It's not because like people were respecting me as a real comedian. But
I wouldn't say that.
I
They're probably coming from because they saw you on TV and they wanted to see what you did.
Yeah, exactly. But I think over time that I'm gonna get that respect as a comedian if I keep pursuing it. But I definitely think this summer I might do a tour.
Okay, we gotta check. Y'all gonna check him out? Yeah, we definitely
appreciate
gonna check
that.
you out. So something I talk about a lot of times with my peers is that people do not see the journey. They don't see what we go through. We work in a very rejection-driven society, like a career. Like we get told no so much, y'all. You have to have some real self-esteem to be an actor.
Facts.
I can't count how many no's I got before I got a yes.
Yep.
And it takes a hit. If you're not really strong with your self-esteem, it can take a hit. How has that journey been for you? And did you have any moments where you were like, ooh, this is too much?
Yeah, it's been bad. It's like, it's crazy because I got over probably like 1,000 no's and I only got like 8 yeses.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, and the 3 of the 8 yeses is All American, BMF, and like another movie, and Grownish that like started making me like famous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's why are they laughing?
You're funny.
Yes. I was like, I'm pouring my heart out and they laughing and shit. Like, that wasn't a joke.
Like, what is so funny?
Damn, you got a mean audience. That's crazy.
Hey, y'all better act like y'all got some home training around here.
Yeah, don't come to my show. Like, nah, it was, it's tough. I mean, this is one of the few businesses in the world that you're constantly being scrutinized for how you look, your size.
Calm down.
Like you're constantly being scrutinized, so it plays with your head, man. And a lot of times, like I remember there was this producer, he was talking to me, he was like, you gotta remember, this is the entertainment business, not the entertainment arts.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when he told me that, I was like, oh, I stopped taking things personal, because it's like for instance, like I've went out for Haitian characters before. I'm Haitian, both parents Haitian. I speak the language fluently. English ain't even my first language. I speak French and Creole.
Give me some, just to give us a little bit.
Okay, qui ça flimsy?
Give me some French.
Comment t'appelles tu?
Wow.
But,
hey, is that trilingual?
But it's like, it's crazy though, because I would go out for Haitian characters, and they calling my team like he doesn't look Haitian. You know what I'm saying? They want to make everyone look a certain way that, you know, so they're telling a narrative for us, and it's like, it's offensive, you know what I'm saying, to me. So it's like there's a lot of moments to where, you know, I got a love-hate relationship with this business, but that's why I try to invest and set myself up financially completely outside the business, just so if everything goes south, it's like my house ain't going nowhere, my other house ain't going nowhere.
Come
you know what I'm saying? So
on.
it's like, yeah, so yeah.
That's so good. Speaking of finances and financial literacy, I know when I first started making real money, because you go from waiting on a paycheck from the IRS, you can't wait for the refund to come back, to having to pay. And you just did a really funny video on Instagram. There's a way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. Talk about paying taxes. I felt that. I said, "Ooh, Lord." I want to talk about that because so many times in our culture, we're not educated on how to manage our finances on a normal level. And then we make it, and we're definitely not ready. I can't tell y'all, that first tax bill, I said, yeah, we'll get to that.
Right.
I was in no hurry to pay it, and they was like, no, you got to pay. I said, pay what?
Facts.
What?
No, it's sick. It's like, you think student loans are bad. It's like if you get a bill that you gotta pay Uncle Sam $1 million, like y'all don't got enough. Like what am I like? How am I contributing to this? Like it's just like it's sick. Like I remember the first time I was talking to my CPA and I was just shocked. I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand. I really did not understand that they was asking my little ass for this much money. I'm like, bro, y'all good. Like, y'all good. And I was like, no, yeah, I was mad as hell. And I was like, can I just do a payment plan? Like, something, like honestly, but it's just like, no. It's like, you saw what happened to Chris Tucker. I was like, yeah, I'll pay this shit. But
Exactly.
I was mad as hell, though.
Oh, my gosh. We've all been there. I totally understand. As your star has risen, at what point did you realize that you had to shift the way you moved?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think 3 years ago, I dealt with it's everything in life has a side effect, right? It's like you fly in an airplane. Like the coolest thing about our inventions, human beings, we're so smart with our inspiration from God, but there's always a side effect, right? So like if you fly in an airplane, there's radiation, you know? If you take a car somewhere, you run the risk of X, Y, Z and what it's doing to the planet. But it's like, it'll cut time down. You know, instead of walking to California, it's going to take you 3 months. You'll do it in a couple of hours, but it's like, it's a side effect. Being on screen, the cancer of that is fame. Like, fame is not what it's all cracked out to be. Like, when shorties be online, like, my man, y'all dead ass. Yeah. Like when y'all see us out and like we with our ladies, our significant other and whatever, and we like y'all really on that type of time, and I'm just like, what give you the? He's
saying y'all the Lou.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm like, what have I done to make y'all feel that this is okay? But because when you're an artist, you're in such a unique position because you allow people to feel this emotional connection, so their brain is like undergoing neuroplasticity while looking at your face.
Vocabulary?
Right? So it's like it's reshaping it. So like if you're learning something, watching an artist, it's like your brain is literally designing itself, right? Yes. It's malleable. It's like Play-Doh. So it's like, so you guys associate those nostalgic moments with us. And I'll be in a grocery store just chilling and someone's like, they just run up to you and they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I gotta eat too. What the fuck? Like, and I'm just like, what are you doing here this close? Like, it's like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is not normal, but they feel so like involved and like I've been followed before. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I love the fans artists. I've never in my life thought I would ever be in a position to where somebody is saying my resume and then like, you know, everyone start clapping. Like, it's a great position to be in, don't get me wrong, but there is a side that comes with it that sometimes it's like, bruh, it's a lot of pressure. You know, just even simple things like, if I wear this outfit out and I take a picture, can't wear it again.
We're going to normalize that, though. We be spending too much money on our clothes.
I can't wear it again. Like, it's like, Or if I'm caught seeing, like, if me and you was having lunch, and we chilling, we having a good conversation, and I just touch your hand like, girl, like that was so good. Like, ooh,
Like, ooh, they go together.
Picture, go together. Now I gotta answer questions. I'm like, God damn, you being a gentleman, you holding someone's hands and helping them get, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like everything you do or say is like, it's gonna be used against you. And it's,
so if you see him at Da Vinci, that's my little bro. Okay, he just picking big sis brain. So don't even jump to no conclusions.
Right. But it's beautiful. I'm grateful for it, and whom much is given, much is required. You know,
Yes.
so I'm not complaining. I'm just letting y'all know what we go through sometimes, and sometimes we're just like, oh wow, you know. It's like sometimes I'll be in a serious conversation. I'm like talking to my mom about something. I'm like, no, mom, like, what do you mean we can't da da da? And someone's like, I'm like, yo, hold on, please, hold on.
Yes,
and they're just like, no, please, can I just get it? And I'm like, yeah, just wait. And they're like, but it's my birthday. I'm like, of course, it's everyone's birthday. Every day, like every day is someone's birthday. And they making you feel bad, and you're just like, no. And I'm like, oh, man.
It's hard. It's so hard. I struggle with that too, and I've had the stalkers, you know, and your life changes in the blink of an eye, you know, and it's scary because when you're just friendly and you love people and you love your fans, like I ride for y'all. I love you guys so much, but there are some people that take it too far, and those boundaries are not respected. And as human beings, I wish people understand just that we are human, and we have family and we have issues and things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And some days we wake up and we don't feel our best selves, but we have to turn it on. You know, we don't have the luxury of being like, yo, get on my face. I am not in the mood today. We don't have that luxury.
Can't be mean
You
at all.
see someone like, hey, like you got to turn it on no matter how you feel, because that may be the only moment that they get with you. And then that's their lasting impression of you. Like
100%.
The person they just love, and they're like, dang, I thought she was like this, but not realizing maybe she's really going through something, or he's going through something.
Yep, no, 100%.
Yeah, I feel you.
100%.
I love y'all too. In that shift, did you also see a shift in your friends, or like as you're like climbing and realizing that we're not in the same place? Because you have to start thinking different.
Absolutely, you gotta protect your life, because it's like when a lot of things start revolving around you. You know, you're retiring your parents by the grace of God. You're taking care of so many people. Like so many people revolve around you. It's like if your life were to stop, it's like there's so many other lives that would be affected.
Yeah.
So you can't move normal anymore. And sometimes it's like when people have not involved in their thinking and they're around you and you're trying to tell them, it's like, bro, I can't just be hanging out in the corners like shooting the shits and trying to talk to shorties. Like, bro, I can't do that. Like going to clubs and like talking to a girl, like, bro, that's dead. First of all, if she belonged to that man, now he shoot me. Like, I've been in like 2 shootouts already in Atlanta by mistake.
Are you serious?
By mistake, and I had none. And now I'm not doing nothing to get in trouble no more. But it's like sometimes, so it's like there's certain people I'm like, bro, like I'm not associating myself with you. And it's tough because then people say, yo, you changed, or you Hollywood. It's like, bro, I can't even begin to explain to them because they don't have knowledge. And the prophet Hosea in the Bible, chapter 4, verse 6, he said to the people of Jerusalem, he was like, my people perish for their lack of knowledge.
Yes. Oof.
So it's like, it's tough because it's just like when you're trying to explain something to someone who really don't have the knowledge, they're ignorant by definition. Like that's why in the Bible a lot when Jesus is talking to the Father, he's like, Father, forgive them for they don't know, they're ignorant, right? And it's like, so sometimes when you're trying to explain to someone, you're like, bro, dog, you can't even understand. And it's the saddest thing because it's like, you look crazy. And I'm like, bro, like, and this is really for your own good too, but it's like, I think one of the hardest things you can go through is like, you're talking to someone that you love and you almost love them more than they love themselves. And you're trying to really help them, but they really can't understand. It's like me telling my dog, like, yo, you gotta pay the mortgage for the next 12 months. I don't care.
Right.
And the dog is niggas like, woof. Like, what are you talking about? And that's how it is talking to people sometimes. And I just gotta understand that. And I just gotta love them from a distance. But it pains you, but to them, it's like, oh, you just brand new. It sucks, man. It sucks.
Oh, it does. I know. I've been there. You spoke recently on, I think it was For the Fellas on BT, about the black family dynamic in Nucleus. Oof. I am not going to lie, y'all. I was blown away by your answers and how you articulated yourself.
These are real?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we do real flowers right here. You know, well, the trees are artificial, but those are
no, I'm sorry. My ADHD, I was like, nah, these are cute. Like, nah. Oh, yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
No, but I was blown away by the way you articulated yourself, and I wanted to know, like, where did your family values come from, and did you have that foundation growing up?
Unfortunately, I didn't have that foundation growing up. I didn't understand the family value. I didn't understand why it was important. I was just in a curse. You know what I'm saying? And it's not until like I was getting in trouble, then I like moved to my father in Florida, and I started having different influences around me, and I started hanging out with families that, you know, were families. And I'm like, bro, this is cool. Like, I remember this is the crazy, like, this is such a sad moment. When I was in Florida, I'm going to high school. I'm at, like, one of my friend's house, and there's like, oh, we're going to watch a movie. And I'm like, yo, y'all watching a movie as a family? And I'm like, there, and I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. And then, like, they were like, and they would call me Abe. My first name is Abraham. My middle name is Da Vinci. First name is Abraham, and so Abe is the nickname of Abraham, obviously. So they would call me, one of the moms was like, yo, Abe, can you go grab something in the pantry? And I was like, what the fuck is a pantry? That's how, like, and I'm like, and then I was like, and I was just like, and I'm like, huh? And she was like, pantry. And I was like, damn. And I'm like, I really don't know. She was like, just grab the chips. I'm like, damn, like, but like, no, but all jokes aside, all jokes aside, but I was just like seeing everything. I'm like, bro, they got like family thing and like kitchens really organized.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't have none of that.
Right.
So I had to really like learn that outside of my family. And don't get me wrong, my parents did the best they knew how. Because if they knew more, they would have done better because their lives would have been easier. And a lot of times it's like our parents, they were so focused on just meeting the basic needs of our survival. They never focused on emotional needs, the psychological needs. They never focused on any of that. They just, to them, and they're not from this country, they're from a third world country. I was like, bro, you got a bed, you got air, open the window, and you got water. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, bro, you're good, you don't need nothing else. So whenever I'm like, like, dad, like, I'm sad or whatever, it's like, Albayan. And Albayan is like, go take a shower. He's like, go take a shower.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's like, so I never really like, and that's the beauty about books though. Because there's really successful people in this world that they leave a blueprint behind in a book, man. And I remember when I read, there was like, this guy was like, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. And I was like, dang. And I really just read my way into this thinking, but like based off my environment, I'm needle and hay. It's the grace of God. It's the grace of God.
You touched on something, just expressing, Dad, I'm sad. And you are a huge mental health advocate, and I am as well. But I think it was like probably within the last 5 years, around 2020, around COVID, that a lot of our community realized it's okay to not be okay. Right. You know, and it's okay to say, hey, I feel sad. And we've made it a safe space for our black men to feel okay with expressing their feelings. But for so long, we as a whole were told, shut up, suppress it, push through, and keep going because nobody cares. And I want to talk to you because this is something that you go speaking to high school students all around the country about mental health. What was it that drew you to that and made you realize that you needed to work on yourself?
I think I've been studying a lot of sociology and a lot of psychology. I got a degree in criminal justice, so you got to study like criminal behavior, the mind, certain things. And I furthered those studies and started studying sociology and anthropology. And I realized why some people want to take that out of school. I realized why, because the social sciences are so important. And when you realize why we're disenfranchised, it's no joke. I mean, you have doctors, physicians, and people just in high positions that was preaching this social Darwinism that black people are biologically inferior to white people. Black people, pain tolerance is higher. Black people don't feel like black people aren't full human. So it's that system that built this country, and this country's only like 250 years old. Like, this country is young as hell. But we've been living in that way of thinking for so long that we are a byproduct, and that's fresh. Like 2 humans ago, we was really in shackles. Like, people don't think about that.
Right.
And it's like when you realize that, you're like, yo, nah, I gotta go back to my people and talk to them, because the way I made it out, I didn't make it out by slinging dope and being a gangster. I thought my way out of this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And appreciate that. Thank you. And you start realizing that it's like sometimes the media, for some strange reason, they love to show us in these lights that's actually leading to our detriment.
Oof.
Like, it's like, if you look at the content that we black and brown people consume at the rate that we consume it,
Yes.
it's cancerous, bro. And it's just like, and we're not even deconstructing and fixing the problems of why we're in it, and we're just consuming this. So we're just building a generation of just ignorant people on top of ignorant. That's why there's some black people around the world. I didn't even want to say black, because that's not even something we would call ourselves. Some people of African descent around the world, they don't even want to associate themselves with African Americans.
No.
And with this, because they just understand like how this society is being curated to just keep them like this.
Right.
Like, that's why growing up, my parents always used to say, "You're not black American. That's not you." We the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was just a little south from them, but it's like we was doing the same thing they were doing. So that's why I feel this moral obligation is like, as I'm rising, I feel the need to break certain stigmas down to my fellow men and my brothers and sisters, because we weren't given this access, this education to this knowledge. And when we start realizing the things that we go through, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is normal, and the hardships and the trauma that we feel, like we feel pain that there's people around the world that have never felt, but we're the most influential around the world.
Yes,
Like, it's
yes.
like we're so dope,
Yeah.
and they only show this side. So I'm like, yo, I need to like let these people know, like, bro, we're artists. Like, I'm talking painters. We're all this stuff, but all our work was just been stolen and stripped, and they just make us think in this one way. And I'm like, bro, you're so brilliant. I be going to school. I be talking to some smart ass kids, and then they're like, no, I want to play basketball.
Right.
I want to play football. I want to be an actor. I want to be a rapper. But it's just like, you have 100% of a population going after something that only less than 0.00001 could achieve.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
setup.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if you preaching the other stuff,
Right.
having a family, becoming a doctor, normalized, like in my neighborhood, bro, I'm the only one that's really impressive. Everyone else is just regular. You know what I'm saying? And they're not black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's another black person, this man's probably won 2 Super Bowl rings and he's doing this, or you know what I'm saying? But it's like, we just gotta normalize being in these positions. But I think when you start, and we could use mental health to really understand that, dissect our brain, learn how it works, and why we're being steered this direction, just only be consumers. And then right there, we could just start thinking different, and I feel like we could become great, because black people, man, we special.
Yeah,
We're
so
very
special. Come on.
That's why it takes a
Yes.
nation to do this to us.
Yes.
Like, we're really special. When we put our head together, we do things that people just, I could go on and on. I'm gonna shut up, but
No,
yeah, we're real special.
We are enjoying this, but we are running out of time.
Oh, dang.
But before we go, I know this is the question you all have been waiting for me to ask since he's been on stage. Let's talk about love. You have been very intentionally private about your personal life, and I respect it. I'm the same way in certain aspects, because we share so much of our lives with the public. You have to keep certain things sacred. So I want to know, a man in your position, what are traits and characteristics that you look for in a woman? And don't y'all start being like, that's me.
I feel like they gotta have God first.
Yes.
You gotta have God, and you gotta believe in God the way I believe in God. Like, it's rooted from the Bible. Because a lot of y'all, the universe and da-da-da-da, it's like,
We ain't doing that.
Y'all sending letters with no names and no address on it, and I don't know who it going to.
Ooh,
And
that's
the devil
good.
is strong.
Yes.
Like, y'all be underestimating Satan. That dude is smart. He know the Bible and everything way better than us. So some of y'all be like, oh, the universe, and the Satan is like, all right, you want this? All
Right.
Say it again. You said 2. And it's like, and that's how like it works. So it's like, I think if we're both rooted from God, like being Jehovah, Yahweh, and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, then it's like, then that's number 1.
Yes.
Because as long as we don't have philosophical differences, we can build a union.
Yes.
But it's like a house divided can't stand. So it's like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not gonna look at you. If you believe in something else, stay your ass over there. But 2, she gotta be educated. She gotta be educated. You know what I'm saying? I think, and the dopest thing about women, you guys are so beautiful and powerful and really smart. God gave us brute force, right? We could pick y'all little ass up and like, come here and do whatever. But God gave y'all this to where y'all could pick us up with y'all words.
Yeah.
Which is like, which is different, because when we fall, sometimes we try not to let no one else know, and we try to hold that in. But having a woman be able to articulate the right words to let me just start expressing myself and open myself, and she's carrying me and lifting me in that way, and it's like, and she's really that support. Oh my! That's why, by the way, I do believe if a woman is with a rich man and they divorce, she deserves half. Because what a woman does, honestly, if you're a real woman though, some of y'all girls, yeah, I know. But if you're a real woman and you doing like real woman stuff, absolutely. Because the suffering you guys help us alleviate, there's no number that could be put on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why the unity between a man and woman is so destroyed in this country and family, because there's a reason for that. It's like you have a family situation, you become very powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful. And then I would say, so spiritual in the same way, believe in God, educated, and just she cares about health. Like physically, mentally, and spiritually. Like she's a healthy person. You know what I'm saying? Like we're normalizing a lot of sick things that is like, bro, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want us to consume things to where we could reap the fruits of the seeds that we plant. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. I don't really care about nothing. I don't care about your following. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you make.
Yes.
Gotta figure that out for us.
I know that's right. Wow. Put your hands together for Da Vinci.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
much.
Is there anything that you can let us know that you have coming up that the KIPS community can support you on?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and thank you guys for welcoming me like this. Like,
Hey, you're
honestly,
so welcome. Thank you.
This is amazing. But yeah, there's BMF. Well, I can't.
Is it? That's what I meant to ask you.
It's gonna come out. Season 4 is gonna come out. Despite what's going on, Season 4 is gonna come out. I can't tell y'all when. And then we got some movies and other stuff, and I've been producing and working on my own stuff. So there's definitely some stuff coming out. And then I'm gonna do a comedy show, probably like a tour in probably June.
Okay.
And another mental health tour. So yeah. If y'all follow me, I'll definitely have some good stuff for y'all.
Yeah, y'all pull up on Da Vinci. Make sure you guys support him. We're gonna keep this party going. DJ Mars, and I'll be right back, y'all.